Welcome to LOTC Presents Black Glove Mysteries, where every other Friday we will take you on a journey through Italian cinema, specifically Giallo, but we reserve the right to take our other avenues such as Poliziesky, spaghetti westerns, Eurocrime films. Either way, you'll hear and now see us talk Italian cinema. This is episode 462. That's double 79. I'm your host, Greg Mortis, along with Ian La Punelli Irza. What's up, Ian?
My lady, they can feel your touch. You're resisting your Tulpa. Free it, Lisa. Free your Tulpa.
Tulpa. Man, we are in for a treat tonight, listeners and viewers. I got to say, let me move this over so my face, there we go. We are Italian cinema, of course, as you're listening. I am Greg Morris and, of course, Ian. We are going to be looking at two movies tonight. We're finishing the Neo-Giallo Month, Ian, where this month of January we chose two movies. So this is our third and fourth film of the modern era cinema of Italian giallos. And we're looking at 2012's Tulpa. What is it? Tulpan Demon of Desires, as
Yeah.
well as Dario Argento's Dark Glasses. So those are the movies that we're going to be reviewing tonight. And we're super excited to be talking. Look at Dark Glasses. Looks so cool, man. What a cool cover art. That's what we're going to be reviewing tonight. And then the next episode, we got a cool thing that we're going to do as well. So stay tuned for that at the end of the episode. We'll announce that. We got a couple calls tonight. I know, Ian, we actually had one from Kyle Bishop, Walking
Oh,
Dead. I'm
great.
pretty sure called in as well. So we'll see what that's all about. But at
Yeah.
the end of this episode, we'll get to these voicemails and see what they got to say. But with that said, man, Ian, what have you been up to, man, since our last episode? It was our 3-year anniversary over here at LOTC. And what's been going on with you?
I mean, not too much, really. Just working. School is on hiatus for the moment or on break. I have another class coming up in March. So, really just been enjoying myself and watching some football. That's
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah. Your Patriots made it through, done good. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. Hopefully we can make it through another game. Going to be tough. The Texans defense is really good. They've been up on the upswing in the second half of the season, so we'll
Yeah.
see how that goes.
Yeah. They kicked the Steelers' butt, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But we are excited, man, once we get into these. I did get notification that our Vinegar Syndrome movies have shipped. So those should be coming in the next week or so, or hopefully sooner, man. The year subscription and then some other ones that were picked up. I cannot wait, man. One of them in particular we were talking about, Ian, was the 4K release of Dario Argento's Phantom of the Opera. And as we mentioned, not a very good movie. I kind of dig it for what it is, but it has Julian Sands, Ozza Argento, Argento. But I like it for what it is. I mean, it's not one of the greatest films, but I'll still watch it. But it's been released on 4K, so we got that and some other stuff. So I can't wait to get into it. We'll be
Yeah.
doing video right here on this channel. So if you're watching
Nice.
this, you'll see a video of unboxing of that, and I'll show you what all's in the yearly subscription as well as what else was picked up. So you can watch that here in the next couple of weeks. But
Yeah, I ordered volumes 5, 6, and 7 of the Forgotten Gialli series, so they should be here eventually.
heck yeah. I've got mine sitting right there, and I cannot wait. Man, I have not watched any of those. I've got them, but I just have not watched them. So we'll get into that here on the show, hopefully here in 2026. I want to say 2027. I don't know why. I've been writing 2027 down. Like, I've already skipped the whole year of 26. I'm already in 2027 mode. I don't know what the heck. It's only January, bro. Stop it, Greg. But, man, we're super excited. So Pearl's over there looking as gorgeous as always. What's up, love? She gave me the so that means she's doing good, and she's watching Saturday Night Fever live. Saturday night. I always want to say Saturday Night Live, but it's Saturday Night Fever. So if you see my face go red, it's because it's in the disco parlor. I'm discoing on TV, baby. But let's go ahead and get into this, man. We're going to do like we always do, Ian. We go in chronological order. So yours is up first, my friend, because you got the 2012, and it is Tulpa, Demon of Desires. Look at that beautiful, beautiful book by Troy Howarth, man. I love, love, love. I keep forgetting I got that issue. I got to go to that one. Sorry. I am so sorry, Troy. But I do own that one, and I love it. I actually got two copies of that, by the way. I don't know
Oh,
how.
really?
Yes, I actually have two.
That's funny.
I think I still have the second one somewhere around here, but I do. I have two of them. I think I bought one, and then Pearlie bought me one, and then we got it, and I was like, oh man, I already got that one, or somehow I'd ordered. But anyways, I need to get the first one and the third one. But anyways, go ahead and take it away, Ian, and I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna quit yabbing over here and let you talk.
Okay, so by day, Lisa Bowery is an uptight businesswoman employed by the wealthy and powerful Massimo Roccaforte. By night, she lets her hair down and indulges in her sexual whims at the exclusive club, Tulpa. Things take an unexpected turn when her various partners start meeting with brutal deaths, and Lisa must discover the culprit before her secret life is exposed.
Dum dum dum. Have you seen this before? Because this is the first time.
Once, yes.
Okay.
That's why I wanted to do it because I had seen it and I was like, oh, this would probably be a good one to do for a modern giallo.
Yeah, yeah. I'm glad you chose it, man. This one definitely has a black gloved mystery killer, man. I mean, straight up, you see it right away. The black top hat, the black mask, black gloves, black coat, everything that you want to see about a killer. Some really good kills in this one too, Ian. I was really impressed with some of the kills in this one. And so yeah, so let's go ahead and get into it. Um, this one right here stars Claudia Journey. Is it Journey? Journey?
Guarini or Guarini.
Greeny,
Yep.
as Lisa, and I really liked her, man. I mean, we open up in that scene, well, when they're in the office and they're around a boardroom kind of thing. And I'm thinking, where are we going with this? And then the fun parts of this movie is when they go to that underground, that kind of seedy club, private club, or brothel, whatever you want to call it, right? S&M.
The never ending infrared light.
When they go into that world, it's awesome. That's when the movie picks up, and we have lots and lots and lots of fun. And that was a fun one, man. I was like really impressed down there. But beautiful women in this one, great acting, and some really good kills, man. This one's definitely got all of that in. So, what did you think overall of the action of this movie, the action sequences?
Well, I thought that there were some good suspense sequences, particularly when she's like that whole thing when she's trying to get away from the sort of bodybuilder woman, I guess I'll call her.
Yeah.
I didn't really memorize many of the names of this movie, to be honest with you. It was just Lisa and Roccaforte, and her friend was like Giovanni and Stefano or whatever that guy's name was, the other guy from the club.
Yeah.
Um, so there was that the suspense sequence where she's trying to get away from her. You don't know where the geography is at all. Like you're just
Uh,
going through these rooms and you don't know where the heck it is, so you don't know where she's going to be when she gets out.
uh,
The kills I think were great for the most part. I mean, you had that opening one really sets the tone with the guy getting
ooh,
getting the cut through the whole part of his stomach and the torso, and then there's like an implied, pretty heavily implied castration that happens.
mm.
So that one set the tone, and the knife through the mouth, of course, at the very beginning of that too. So you got that. Then you got the one on the carousel,
Oh yeah, yeah.
the one on the carousel where he ties her to this carousel,
Hmm.
and then he repeatedly runs her into this thing of barbed wire. She goes around and around and then ends up slicing one of her eyes out. Like
Yeah.
it's pretty brutal. It's not like to the point where it's like splatter, like it doesn't go on as long as like the Terrifier movies do or something like that, but it's still definitely within that realm. I think where this movie missed a little bit of the opportunity was with some of the supernatural stuff it might have been trying to do.
Hmm.
Um, because like they kind of explain what Tulpa is and how that figures into the plot, but really it ends up being a, let's say, a not so great Deus Ex Machina at the end of the movie, I
Yeah.
would say. Um, so there was that aspect to it as well. But I liked Lisa as a main character because I thought it was interesting how she's trying to separate this sort of domineering lifestyle, what she's doing at her job, and then she obviously has this secret sort of sex life at night. And I thought it was an interesting dynamic between the two and how she's trying to balance them, and how that works as the film goes on, where she's trying to keep it secret even though all these people around her are dying and she can't really do it as well as she probably could otherwise.
Yeah, 100%. That intrigued me. The guy that was down basically when she was going through the muscle girl, I don't know what her name was, I
No.
apologize, but the door girl. And then she goes to the bar side and it's that Kieran Newt Arquint. I guess how you pronounce his name. Real creepy, creepy, creepy dude. He almost put me in the mind of a very thinly shaped Don Shanks from the Halloween.
It kind of reminded me a bit of Julian Richings from Supernatural. Like he
Okay.
played Death in Supernatural. I know
Yeah.
he's been in other stuff, but that's what I think of him for.
Okay, I can see that
Yeah.
too. Yeah, his character was kind of creepy, and there was definitely the supernatural you're talking about alluding there, and how that we had a rattlesnake, so I'm assuming there's some venom being used or something. I don't know. I know there's some kind of potion being put in a drink. I've never figured that out. Was it blood the
Got to
first
try to
time?
go. Yeah, I'm not sure because he puts something in her drink twice. One of them's red the first time, and the second time he does it, it's blue.
Yeah,
Um,
and really
just
puts her like an LSD trip.
just to explain something, Troy Howarth had this in the opening paragraph.
Please, come
The
on, Troy.
tulpa, the tulpa can be traced to Tibetan and Indian Buddhism. In essence, it is a phantom or object that can be created and summoned through the sheer force of thought. It is also the title of this last film in the study of 50 years of Chiali. But yes,
Okay, so we're looking at the supernatural side of things for sure. I was thinking some kind of LSD or something. Something definitely
yeah.
put her in a almost trance mood. But
Well, I was thinking like ecstasy. Doesn't that normally
true.
make you want to have sex and stuff like that? I don't know. I don't
Well,
know
I don't
exactly how
know.
it works. I don't. I've never used it. I'm
I've
just
never
thinking of
partaked
Bad
in it,
Boys
Ian.
2 when they use the ecstasy. Yeah, I have not partaken either. Yeah, I've missed out apparently.
Yeah, right.
Um,
Well, I don't know. I don't
so
know if I'd want to partake in what they were doing. So I
no,
don't know.
not necessarily.
Looking at her
I
back
mean,
at one time.
yeah, very early on. Yeah. So what was I going to say? Oh, yes. So there's also kind of a subplot going on where the people she works with, it's clear that Roccaforte has kind of pitted them against each other in a way. So there's that one woman who kind of vaguely looks like Rose Byrne, at least to me, she kind of did.
Yeah.
Um, who follows her to the club, takes
Oh,
pictures, and then she's on the phone at one point, and she's like, "Hey, I got pictures of her going to this club," and we don't know who she's on the phone, and eventually that's revealed. But there is that sort of subplot where the workers are kind of divided amongst each other, trying to one up each other.
yeah, because even I think it's because the boss had originally said he needed to get rid of one. We're
Right.
firing one, so clearly they're on edge, and you do have the one girl that you're talking about that you could totally tell she was straight up trying to get her fired. But some red herrings in this one for sure, man. We got a couple of the workers. I was thinking, okay, could be this guy, maybe it's this girl, maybe it's this one, maybe it's that one. The killer would lead you toward thinking it was a thin-bodied person, semi-tall. But Ian, they totally do, switcheroo sometimes when they look at that. So you can't necessarily go by body style when you see a killer. But this one you could have actually, I think. But I was actually very satisfied with the killer. It makes sense.
I
And
was very satisfied with the reveal.
mhm,
I was not satisfied with how they end up being disposed of. I guess I'll put it that
true,
way.
true.
But
I agree.
yeah,
Yeah, I felt like the movie was paced well. I enjoyed
yeah,
that part of it. The action sequences were good. The kills were really, really strong. Like this movie definitely had some good gore aspects. So I'll give them that. You got nudity. You got the intrigue and the what you want in a giallo. So you've got all those. You've even got that music by Francesco Zampaglione and Andrea Mascanesi, I guess how you say it. Anyways, some really good music in this one. I was really enjoying the music in this one, the tones in it. So yeah, everything about it worked. Cinematography was good. I mean, there wasn't anything that I could really look and say, I wasn't feeling it. Like I felt this movie throughout. I'm like, okay, I'm in this one. I wasn't bored. I wasn't yawning or anything. I'm like, okay, I'm in this one. So I don't know, man. Good stuff, Ian. I'm glad you chose this one for sure. The killings with the knife blade through the mouth. I always love seeing. I've seen it before. It's been done in other
opera. Dario Argento's opera is the first thing
100%.
I think of with that.
I even felt like there was definitely homage to a lot of Argento in this one because I almost
Oh
felt
yeah,
like it was a nod at him, like here you go, wink, wink, we love you. Because there were some kills in here that were I won't say directly lifted, but definitely homage to, and they done good with them. I mean, I was very, very impressed. So if you're going to do it the way that they did it. You know what I mean? Good stuff, man. Good stuff. On the acting aspect, though, I still thought Lisa brought the A game, and we see that whole seedy side of her. And like you'd mentioned earlier, I wanted to mention it again, was how that I did love when you have a very hard driven, work driven lady, right? She's very independent. She's all into her work. I mean, you see her working late nights, but instead of going home, she goes and does her side. You know, that's kind of a flip side. So I kind of dug that aspect of her. Once again, without giving it away, the killer reveal, when it was revealed, Ian, I thought, duh. I didn't see it until it happened. But in my mind, I was like, why didn't I see it? Like, it's
Right.
obvious, you know, but they gave me enough to keep me kind of confused or keep me kind of like guessing. One of the individuals I was thinking it was throughout meets their demise toward the end. I'm like, oh shit, wasn't that one? And then I'm thinking, okay, let's go with somebody we've only seen on screen for a half a second. Maybe it's a doorman or something. So I'm looking at all these different characters, but when it was finally revealed, I'm like, you son of a gun, you got me on that. Did you figure it out the first time? Did you know or feel like you knew?
And it had been so long since I watched it that I didn't even remember. So it was
Mhm.
actually kind of nice going back and not even remembering what the reveal was.
Heck yeah.
I definitely did not see it. No.
That's awesome. Anytime you can do that in a Giallo, you've succeeded. In
Yep.
my opinion, you've done a good job. Cinematography on this one, Ian, I was looking at was Giuseppe Giuseppe Mayo. I thought it was shot well, man. I mean, it's definitely a modern looking movie. So, you know, I like
It
the
does have a
lens.
very digital gloss to it, but it still looks pretty good.
It does. It does. What else you got on this one as we go through it? I'm trying to think of anything else I can think of other than the kills were great. The back scratching thing, like I'm assuming there was some claws or some definite S&M stuff going on in this movie. That one scene where they had the one girl gagged, you know what I'm talking about with the ball gag?
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. And she sees the killer coming and you're like, and she's trying to warn him. And I'm like, dude, they're going there. They're going there.
Yeah.
That you're screwed, right? You're screwed. You're tied to a bed, feet and ankles and hands and all, and you got a ball gag in your mouth. What are you going to do? You see the killer coming. I mean, that would suck, dude. That would be like, fuck. You me.
Scene with the rats kind of got to me. I have a
Yeah,
fear of rats,
I do
so
too.
yeah. I'm
I
not
can't,
afraid of mice, but rats, yes. So
bro. Mice creep me out, and I'm gonna tell you why. Oh, man, back when I was young, I was renting a house from right beside my mom and dad, and I'm like 20, 21 years old, super young, right? And the house, we had a field behind us, right? So you'd get these field mice in the house. Don't matter how clean you keep them, they get in the house. And I had one get in the house one time. We had a 3 bedroom place, and I'm freaking out because I seen this mouse mite, and I thought it was like freaking from, Stephen King's Graveyard Shift or something is what I thought they looked like. The thing was only like this big, but to me it looked like it was that giant underground, right? So I'm freaking out, man. I can't catch it. I'm literally standing on top of a chair in the hallway. I've put blankets and towels in front of the doorway, so I'm gonna trap it. And then I'm thinking, well, how am I gonna get it because I'm standing on the chair? I had to call my dad and say, Dad, come get this. He comes up there thinking it's like a big rat, and it's a little man. He said, "Are you kidding me? You called me up?" I was like, "Yes, Dad." Because they're fast, dude. It's not that they scare me that bad. It freaked me out because they're fast, man. I'm like, they'll run up my leg, And I woke up one time. Oh my God! And we'll get back to the. I swear to God, I'm telling stories. I woke up one time in the bed. I was a kid. I was probably 10 or 11, and I had a desk. I was my headboard. I'd switched sides to where I had a desk above me. Had like kind of a shelf above me, and it was all one piece that I had it built for me. It was a nice little desk. And I used to sleep with my head under it. Well, for one reason or another, I swapped to where I had my
yep.
head down where my feet were. And I was looking at the desk one night, and I woke up in the middle of the night hearing something, and I look up, and there is a mouse. I had a pack of M&Ms or something on the desk, and the mouse was sitting there staring at me, eating them like a M&M or whatever it was I'd left on there, and he was just staring at me. And I was freaking out, man. He's right beside my feet. I'm like, what do I do? Like, this thing's going to eat me. Mom! So, needless to say, mice, rats, they scare me. They creep me out. They're fast. They're ooey and gooey. And if you have one as a pet, thank God. Take them all so they'll get out of my place. Luckily, we don't have none here. But, dude, that's anyways, let's get back to the damn episode. Sorry. Shush. But Tulpa, the reception here, Ian says, it was referred as a more than tribute to the masters of the genre of the 70s, an attempt to resurrect an imagery and disenchanted and passionate way of making films. Film critic Nataliano Brazzoni wrote, Tulpa has defects and failures, but its constant, uncertain balance between suspense, frightening visual style, grotesque, and a liberating sense of absurd make it interesting. 100%, I agree.
Yeah.
You wrote exactly what was in my brain. It
Well
does
said.
have its faults, but the faults are, like any other Giallo. Like,
Yeah.
you're okay with it because the finished product, I was like entertained. So, yeah, good stuff. Now, this one, do I remember this one was partly English and partly.
Yeah. Yeah, they did speak
that-
English in parts of the movie, namely at the business deal at the beginning. What's his name? Kieran speaks in English as well. So,
I ended up, I think you said this was on Tubi. I watched it on Plex.
oh, okay.
So I'd found it on Plex, and because now I didn't have to watch commercials, so I thought,
Right.
score. What else you got on this one, Ian?
So when I met Lauren Lavera,
Mhm.
I can't remember if it was the first time or the second time. I think it was the second time I met her. She had been in a movie directed by Federico Zampaglione called The Well.
Okay.
So we talked about him a little bit. Claudia Guarini is also in that movie as well, because I believe they're married. If not, they're together, I think. So, and she had said that he was a really accomplished musician, which makes sense because he's one of the people doing the music for this movie.
Well, yeah.
And I had told her this was the other movie I had seen by him, and she said she would try to watch it at some point. I don't know if she ever did, but yeah.
I'm looking. He's done. His first film was A Dream House Nightmare from 2007. Shadowed, and then Tulpa, then Remember, which was a short. Another short, and then Morrison, a music video, and then The Well. So there you go. Hey, I'm cool with that. I'll definitely check The Well out.
The Well is pretty good. And if you're looking to see Lauren Lavera in something that's not Terrifier, obviously it's a good time for that as well.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. I'm looking at it on IMDb right now. So, creepy little poster art.
Giovanni Lombardo Radice's last movie.
Oh no, I need to definitely see it, man. God,
Yep.
dude, rest in peace, Giovanni. Man, I miss that man.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, I see her too. There's our girl in there, Claudia. Nice. All right, well, cool. So there we go. I guess we're ready for ratings, Ian.
Yeah.
Where do you come in for Tulpa from 2012?
8.
8?
Yeah.
I'm actually coming in at a 7.5 first time viewing, and I'm holding my reservation for saying whether I will up it on a next viewing. But definitely right now I was impressed, man. It's got some good kills. Everything you want to see in a movie, it's definitely got it. So I would definitely recommend this one to anybody in the modern era saying, hey, I'd like to see something kind of new, Giallo-esque. You got the definite black glove mystery killer in this one, man.
Oh yeah, he has the full get up. I mean, you can tell that some of this was a tribute. I mean, honestly, there's Argento stuff in here. Like the whole beginning reminds me of that kill in Opera where she has, I can't remember. I think she is tied up, but she has the needles against her eyes. This is similar where the woman is tied up and it's basically the same idea of you're going to have to watch this happen. You can't do anything. Plus the guy gets a knife through the mouth, just like the guy does in Opera.
Yeah.
And then the second kill it's not the same thing, but in Suspiria, you had that woman go through the barbed wire and get killed. So there's the whole thing with the barbed wire in this as well. So there are connections there.
Yeah, 100%, dude. As soon as you say it, it's like, yeah, you're right. All righty. Well, there is Tulpa, Demon of Desires. Check it out. And if you do, leave your comments, or if you have seen it, leave your comments on the YouTube channel, or you can email us or give us a call at 1-804-569-5682 and let us know your thoughts on Tulpa. if we're crazy or if you thought kind of where we're at on it, man. Just a decent Giallo modern day film. All right, well, let's go ahead and get into our last feature film, Ian, and that is going to be the Shudder original, Dario Argento return of Dark Glasses. And we both have the super cool Blu-ray. I mean, it's a Shudder release, so you're not chocked full of a lot of stuff, but it does have a 5, almost 6 minute behind the scenes making of Dark Glasses, which was fun. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump into it. So I will give, or I'll let you do the plot synopsis, Ian, for
Okay.
Dark Glasses.
If you guys notice me blinking a lot, it's because my contacts are kind of fogging up a little bit. So
Oh
just in
no.
case anybody noticed, because when
Yeah.
it tends to happen, I tend to just blink a lot, almost uncontrollably. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Been there.
I'm just going to take it from the back of the Blu-ray. It's a fairly short and concise premise.
Mhm.
A serial killer who preys on prostitutes sets his sights on Diana. As he pursues her, he causes a car crash in which she is blinded, and 10-year-old Chin's entire family dies. Despite her blindness, Diana resolved to take the boy in, but the killer is still on the loose. Dark Glasses marks legendary Italian film director and writer Dario Argento's return behind the camera.
Nice. His return since his 2012 Dracula 3D that a lot of people hate. I love Dracula 3D. I don't care. It's not a good movie, but I fucking
I
love that.
don't like it, but I don't absolutely hate it either.
Right.
I think it's better than some of his other films. There are
Yeah.
things in it I like, but I do namely like Thomas Kreutzmann in it a lot.
Hmm.
I don't Rucker Hauer should have been in it way more than he was.
True.
That could have been a thing where either that probably was a thing with how much he was paid, or just maybe he just didn't want to be in it much. I don't know. Maybe they only had him for a certain amount of shooting, but I do like things in it. It's just not. I just don't find it to be very good.
Yeah. See, for me, I absolutely love that movie, man. So everybody give me a thumbs up. Everybody loves Dario Argento's Dracula. Give me that thumbs up, which will be one of you. Everybody else is going to agree with you, Ian, but I swear I love that movie. So yeah, so Dark Glasses. Seen this before a few years ago on Shudder, and I actually had picked up the Blu-ray. I've had the Blu-ray for a little while. Said I got to own this movie, right? And Shudder doesn't release every movie on Blu-ray. Sometimes it's only DVD, or sometimes you don't get a release at all. So when I found out they had it on Blu-ray,
They
had
do a better job than Netflix in terms of what they release, but
100%,
yeah,
100%. So when we get into this one, your main cast, of course, is Diana, played by Linia Pastorelli. And then you got Rita, her friend, played by Asia Argento. And here's
yeah.
the thing, not recognizable to me. She does not look like Asia. She does not look like what your typical Asia looked like, right? To me,
She's
even
aged a little bit, and
she
yeah,
she
yeah.
definitely aged. She cut her hair and she did some things in this one that she just doesn't quite look like the. I don't want to call her the bombshell, but we'll call her the bombshell of the earlier years. But still, I like her character in this movie.
Yeah, I'm really glad he didn't make her the main character in
A
this,
hundred
because I think
percent.
that would have been uh, kind of unbelievable given her age and what the character is supposed to be, and
Hmm.
just also been there, done that, try to do
Yeah,
something different.
yeah, 100%, dude. I totally agree with you. So the setup of this one, we have this woman, Diana, who she ends up becoming blind. She's a prostitute, and we see that she one of the things that she does is she kind of shuns this one guy because he stinks. She's like, "You stink," kind of deal, and that kind of pisses this guy off. And then there's another guy that he's trying to get her to do things that she won't do, and the whole pepper spray in the eye like multiple times, then
Oh
the kick
yeah.
in the groin was awesome. I'm like, dude, you go, girl. Don't let this guy take advantage of you. I thought that
Well,
was
to
kind
be
of funny.
fair, with the guy who didn't smell good, she
Yeah.
said, "Take a shower and you're fine," and he
Right.
didn't want to do it. So
Yeah, yeah, like, oh, you want to disrespect me like that. So we have that set up, and then we have this white van that shows up and starts chasing her down, and you don't know who's in the white van, which causes her to have the accident, which causes her to be blind, Ian. So she becomes blind. Now, here's the thing. Here's one of the faults of this movie. One of the faults that I found in this movie was the time frame of a lady who has this accident, and because of a hard hit in the head, behind the back of the head, which causes a hemorrhage, which causes her to become blind, And I respect and I know people have to move on with their life, and she wants to be by herself at her home and all these stuff. I just felt like it was a little too easy for her to pick up being, not able to see, right? Like she's instantly able to move around the houses and she's able to be out on the streets. And they never gave you like a full training, even though Asia's character, Rita, is kind of helping her with that. But maybe time restraint, whatever, maybe time had passed in between. But to me, it just felt like it was way too easy for her to pick up the senses that you would need to have being blind. So that was a
I
little bit of a negative.
I don't disagree with you, but I also think I'm glad that this movie is concise and only 85 minutes long, and I didn't think we needed to meander on that too much because I that was one thing I was glad about was like Dario's always made somewhat longer movies, and this one is way trimmed down compared to normal. Um, I didn't mind that aspect as much. I get what you're saying. It's
Yeah,
definitely there. It's
yeah,
just it was not something I was thinking about all that much.
yeah.
My problem with the movie is um it's I mean I could say it's barely a giallo, and I could say the reasons why, where there's barely an investigative narrative present and there's very little to no mystery at all as to who this killer is. I mean, and at one point it's just outright
Yeah,
revealed, like not without any real build up. So
yeah,
there was that aspect of it. But what I do like about this movie, and I like it a lot, is how character driven it is between Diana and Shin, and
yeah,
a little bit with Rita. This kind of reminded me of the relationship. It's gender flipped, and but and for different reasons, but in terms of why it happens. But it reminds me of the relationship between Carl Malden and the girl in Cat o' Nine Tails a lot. So
100%. I
yeah,
agree with that. I like the. Here's the thing with the Shin character. Now, basically, this boy, his mom and dad were injured. The dad was killed. The mom was in a coma, who later died from the accident that caused Diana to be blind. So the boy had survived. Nothing had really happened to him because of the way the car crashed. And that was a pretty gruesome crash. But what we saw was that he went to a Catholic home or whatever, and they were looking after him. You could tell he was bullied or he was picked on or whatever. And he ends up going with her home. Would you have not seen he would have probably had some animosity toward her because of her being the one that killed his family? They never played that dynamic, which it doesn't need to be in the movie.
well, they did at first,
Right.
but it was very brief.
Yeah, I would have thought like there would have been this whole pushback, like, you killed my parents. I don't want anything to do with you.
I mean,
But
and that's,
nothing.
I mean, I don't necessarily know that I mean, maybe they would have that reaction, but then again, maybe they wouldn't. It's kind of 50-50 on how that would go, I think.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously I've never been in that situation, but I don't know if the kid would feel that way. Maybe they would, but
Right. But I did like the character. I did like Chin being with her and how he's
yeah.
trying to help her, and then she gets the dog, which I love the dog. I thought, it plays a big part in this movie. That was kind of cool aspect too with the guard dog. So all those moments happen. There's that one moment with the police or whoever they are coming to the house, and the one guy goes rushing in the house, and that dog's like not having nothing to do with that. Like, man, he's trying to eat this guy up, and like you're not supposed to be in this house, Jack.
Well, he illegally goes into her house.
A
It's
hundred
not proper
percent,
police procedure.
100%. Did you feel shady toward them? Like they weren't even police? Like there was some
No,
shady.
I didn't feel that way, but I thought that they were thinking about obviously they weren't necessarily thinking about just doing their job. They were trying to get a case or make a case, and
Yeah.
they were thinking more selfishly than just doing what they were supposed to do, I think.
Yeah, 100%. That selfishness side of them was making me feel like they were like crooked. I don't know, and they're spoiler weren't, but to me it kind of felt that way when I'm watching. I'm like, why are they in there? And why is this guy rushing in to do all this stuff? And thank God the dog was in there, and just all those moments, man. Just those aspects were cool. I thought the gore was there for a Argento film,
You got
and
Sergio Stivoletti back on the
yes,
effects. Yes.
yes, and the behind the scenes documentary on this, which, like I said, is only about 5 or 6 minutes long. He had talked about how he got the call, and he's like, "Oh, Argento's back. Of course I'm gonna be there, right? I'm gonna, worked with him since Phenomena, and man, dude, having him there, some of the the kills. There's a throat rip with a dog that was pretty good, even though you could totally tell the dog was, a prosthetic type dog. But regardless, I mean, it's still fun.
Well,
Uh,
that opening one
whew,
outside of the hotel is pretty brutal. That's a good one.
yeah, love
I
that.
don't think, Argento, I mean, there is a knife kill in this movie, but normally he uses razor blades and stuff like that. This one, we get like a garrote wire, which can do a lot of damage, obviously, if used the right way. So
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
100%. So the kills I was impressed with, which with Argento, you're going to get. I thought the music notes in this one was really, really, really good. Um, even though
It's
they
it's
use
very catchy. Once
it
you
is,
hear the song once or twice, you memorize it. So
yeah. Well, they
it's
play it
basically the
over and over.
same thing throughout. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of variance,
It's
but
it's got that one beat that dun dun, and I'm like,
yeah,
okay, I like it. Ahmad, Ribatini. There we go. Let's call him that. We're calling Ahmad Ribatini. It almost had Goblin-esque sounds. Like it almost had to me. It had kind of that feel of some of his older stuff. So it worked for me on that aspect. But cinematography wise, you had Mato Coco doing the cinematography. Definitely digitally kind of looking like the
it's
other one.
very yeah. It's a digital film, and
Mhm.
that is one of the. I don't think Dario should shoot on digital. I'm going to be honest.
100%.
Um, it doesn't look terrible, but it's just not his signature
Mm-mm.
look.
It definitely didn't look Argento like. And here's the thing too, it was a lot of these shots, these short shots where you kind of see it black out and come back in, black out, come back in, quick take type blockage. And I won't say it was a negative, but I will say it's very noticeable when watching it, a few times that, you kind of are like, okay, what are we kind of like you waiting for a commercial break or something?
Yeah,
Okay, let's go to the next commercial. Kind of felt like that to me, which was odd. It was a very odd thing for Argento film. And so there were a few of those things that were quirks to me, but the cast itself, Mato played by Andrea Girpelli. Um, the other one, Xinyu Zhang, whose chin was awesome. The little boy was great.
yeah.
I thought, man, way to go, young guy. You done great. I mean, not that he had to do a whole ton of stuff, but he was still
For
great.
once in these movies, I mean, because it's modern, we don't get an annoying voice actor dubbing over a kid. They
Don't
get to
have the Bobby.
naturally perform, and it's good. Well, honestly, I think most of those actors back then were probably fine child actors. It's
Mhm.
just that, it's just the English dubbing and
Uh,
whatever and how that goes doesn't work well.
Poor Bobby. Bobby got
Uh,
so much. I've given Bobby so much shit, man, from the older movies. It's like it wasn't Bobby. Okay, let me rephrase when I keep saying Bobby sucked. Bobby didn't
in
suck.
his defense, he's not the only annoying one. There are a lot of other
What was that?
annoying
Beyond the
ones.
Door. Beyond the Door. I believe it
Well,
was.
what's the kid in Absurd? That kid was really annoying too. So the kid in A Fistful of Dollars is also really bad.
Yes.
So there's a ton of them. It's just Bob is such a central character in that it's way more noticeable.
100%. 100%. So overall, man, I actually really enjoy this film for what it is. I love the artwork once again on this Blu-ray that Shudder released.
Yeah, that is a good poster.
I love the poster, man. I would totally hang that up on the wall. I just think it looks really good. I think the acting was good in this one. It has some of its moments. I felt like Diana's character, Alana Pastorelli, sometimes was a little overacting, but not to a point of annoyance. It's just a little bit of overacting, in my opinion. But overall, man, I really enjoy this film for what it is, and I don't know, man. You got anything on this one? Like I know it was not dubbed. This was in Italian,
Nope.
and I don't know if they ever made a dub for this one. Honestly, if they did, I don't know of it.
Yeah, and I'm not interested in watching it. Not by
Right.
today's standards of who does the dubbing. They don't have the same people anymore. So,
Same.
yeah.
The documentary goes into talking about this was originally written back in like 2002 ish. And for whatever reason, things didn't work out to where they could film it. And it kind of just sat on the back burner, man. I felt like, and Dario even said that he felt like the timing wasn't right. And then it finally came. I'm kind of glad it hit in the period that it hit in.
I am too, because I think, and I like some of his films from the aughts, not all of them, but some of them.
Mm,
And I do think he needed a break between Dracula and this. Like even in the early 2000s, he was still consistently working pretty
yeah,
much up until like 2013. And I think he probably needed to take a break and reassess before he made another film,
yeah.
to be like, okay, I need to really commit to this. And I think he does. I mean, I don't think everything here is not perfect by any means, but this is, it seems like the most invested he's been in a film in a long time, at least to me watching it.
100%. And other than the 5 days from 73, it says this is one of the only two or a couple films Argento filmed fully in native Italian, right? Because he shot a lot in America, or had American actors or whatever. But yeah, this one was entirely Italian. So that's unique as well, I thought. So good stuff,
and
man.
and think about some of our favorite directors. I mean, just a couple of them come to mind that haven't made a good film lately. I mean, this film has like a mixed reception. Some people like it, some people don't, but most people are at least saying this is better than what he's done lately. And I can say that, like, compared to people like, compare it to like John Carpenter, who hasn't made a good film this century. Like,
Right.
if we're being
Yeah.
honest, Brian De Palma hasn't made a good film since like Femme Fatale in 2002. So it's just
Yeah.
like, I'm glad Argento keeps working and he did make another good film. Whereas some of these other directors we like just aren't doing anything. And if they are, they're not making particularly good films, and you can tell they're not invested in it.
100%. Yeah, I totally agree with you there. Looking over on Wikipedia, I was looking. Deadline Hollywood had noted uncomfortable erotic gaze during scenes. If it's meant to be pastiche, it doesn't work, and wrote that it lacks the suspense and style of Argento's works in the 70s and 80s while repeating various themes. Most of it just reminds you how much better Argento was in the old days. Well, yeah, no duh. Uh, I mean, this let's face it, man. Giallos were of a period for me. It's like in that 70s heyday, and then it kind of waned a little bit into the 80s. But you know, after that, they're hit and miss for sure. So kind of like the slashers, those 80s, you couldn't beat them, man. And then they just kind of, you'll get a slasher here or there, great, but you don't get them all the time. So same with Giallos, man. And I agree with you. This is a very loose Giallo. I think just because Argento's name on it gives you Giallo. But other than that, I mean, it doesn't. There's not a black gloved killer. You're right about the mystery. It's pretty revealed. You kind of know who it is early on, and then there's a reveal halfway through the movie, and you know who it is full out from there. It almost becomes a stalker, serial killer type movie then. So yeah. But anything else on this one, Ian?
Not that I can think of necessarily, but I do like the opening. I think it
Mm-hmm.
kind of gets your attention in a way, the whole thing where everyone's staring up the sky getting ready for this eclipse. You don't entirely know what's going on, and the music kicks in. I do think it gets your attention. And I think that may have been, not necessarily, I don't know if Dario was thinking about this, but it's like one of those things where, like, it almost feels like, oh, Dario Argento is back, getting
Yeah.
our attention, something that he hasn't really been able to do in quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, 100% agree with you there, buddy. And anything Dario can give us, man, I'm a whole 100% behind it, man. Give it to me. So let's see here. We'll go ahead and go to our ratings then. I had given this, and I'm gonna keep it. I'm a 3.5 star over on Letterbox, so I'm gonna keep it at a 7.5, and I'm gonna keep it right there with Tulpa. So 7.5 for me. Ian, where you come in at?
I'm going with an 8 on this one.
Okay. So 8 for you, and I do really now keep in mind I really do enjoy this film. So 7.5 is not knocking it too bad, and I do say you do want to watch this. It is still available on Shutter, but if you can get this Blu-ray, man, definitely pick up the Blu-ray. It looks great. I will tell you, it only has that. Like I said, it's an almost 6-minute documentary. It's like a behind-the-scene interview with Savati and Argento and Asia. Other than that, I mean, it's bare bone, but still it looks good, and to have it on Blu-ray, I'm totally down for it, Ian. So before we get to our calls, Ian, let's talk about our next episode, and then we'll get to our calls. We got a couple calls. So we have decided that we're going to do what, Ian?
The Houses of Doom box set from Cauldron Films.
Boom. Yes.
Holding up my other films, but hold on a minute. There we go. There's the actual set.
Yes. He's got the beautiful box set. Look at that. I've got them in individuals, but Ian's got that gorgeous set. But that is your two films right there. We're going to look at the Fulci's Sweet House of Horrors as well as the House of Clocks. I have never seen either one of these, Ian.
I did watch them both. I haven't seen the
Okay.
Lenzi ones yet, but I did watch them both, and I moderately enjoyed both of them.
Okay. Well, maybe a second viewing will make you moderately love them
In
even.
my actually.
Yeah.
Yep.
So fingers crossed. I can't wait to check them out. So the Houses of Doom box set is still available over on Cauldron, but not the box set. You got to buy them individually. The box set has long been sold out. Wah, wah. Gregor Mortis missed out like usual.
Well, the
But
thing about Cauldron Films is what I like about them is they most of their stuff is fairly affordable. Like I don't remember exactly how expensive this was, but it wasn't that bad. It could have been like $80 for all I remember.
yeah, it was
And
like
normally
99 normally. I think it
okay, but even that's not that
no,
bad
not at all.
for something that hasn't really been released before and they're doing a nice restoration of it. Um, and normally when they first announce them, they have them on like a little bit of sale before they put them at a different price, I think.
Yeah.
But they are similar to someone like 88 Films where you got to get them kind of quickly.
Yeah, 100%. And I didn't. I kept seeing it. I kept wanting to do it. And I just, for whatever reason, when I finally said, okay, I got a little extra money, I want to get it sold out. So I'd bought one of them. I think I'd bought the Sweet House, Houses of Horror, I think, or one of them, Houses of Clock. One of them I'd had. And I went ahead and said, I'm going to get the other three. So, yeah, that's how I ended up rolling with that. But we have them now, and that's the main thing. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll be doing that on our next episode. So you'll want to stay tuned for that. So without further ado, let's see here, Ian. Let's go ahead and let's go to some voicemails here. Let's go ahead and get these in. I think we'll go first of all to our good friend over here, Kyle, Dr. Walking Dead Bishop. Let's get this voicemail ready and let's go ahead and go to it now.
This is for Black Glove Mysteries. This is Cal Bishop. Get your jolly on, boy. You know I'm getting mine on. Everybody listen up there. Get your jolly on.
What a voicemail. Well, thank you, Kyle. We're getting our You never know what's coming out of Kyle's mouth, boy, and that was awesome. He was actually, now to pull it back, when he called, this was actually, he may have been actually on the road driving. If not, he was on a trip to go see Jay of the Dead and
Oh,
Spawn,
nice.
Days
Okay.
Son and that. So that's pretty awesome that he called you. What a great
Yeah,
call,
that's
man.
great.
I
Yeah.
love Kyle. So freaking awesome. When we're getting our jolly on too, Kyle, we really are. Let's go to our next one here, Ian, which is from this was from your father here. So let's go ahead and go to Luke.
Hey guys, Luke Irza calling with some thoughts on the movie Tulpa. Tulpa? So anyway, from the beginning, first opening scene, wow. Pretty violent, pretty bloody. And I'm not a squeamish person, but I thought if the rest of the movie was going to be like that, it's going to be pretty gory. But yeah, it definitely catches your attention right from the beginning, that opening scene. Some other thoughts. I thought some of the sets or some of the scenes, and I know they were meant to be this way, but were pretty dark. Like a lot of the lighting and things, it was pretty dark, and so I found myself sometimes rewinding the scenes to make sure I didn't miss anything, because I was kind of searching for clues to see who the murderer could be, and I didn't want to miss anything. So, the lighting and things, cinematography, was a little bit dark in quite a few of the scenes. so I didn't want to miss anything in the shadows. And then that whole Kieran guy who runs the exclusive, I guess, sex club, man, he's pretty freaky.
Yeah.
I don't know, Buddhist or something, but kind of a odd character and things. Lisa, the main character, I think she does a great job. You know, I like the movie a lot. Like I said, a little psychedelic, or dare I say shagadelic, if that's Austin Powers term. You know, with the whole sex club thing, but you know, definitely had my attention. Good movie. And thanks for introducing me to that. I'll give you guys a call back about the other Dark Glasses movie.
Shaggy. All I can think of is Austin Powers now. Dude, that was hilarious. Great call, by the way. Luke, you're always banging your calls, man. I love always hearing from you. But yeah, I kind of agree with him on some of the dark aspects of it. It did get kind of dark down in some of those scenes. So I know where he's going with on that one, but yeah, so I can't get over the shag. Luke, you got me laughing, buddy. Thank you. He called in one more time, Ian. Let's see what he's got here. Oh, that's funny.
All right. Luke Irza calling again with some thoughts on the Dark Glasses movie. First off, I really enjoyed, or I loved how modern the film was.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even the chief inspector, you know, saying use CCTV footage to help identify the killer. I mean, a lot of it was really modern. I really enjoyed that, you know, about it. Similar to the other movie, Tulpa, man, that first scene certainly gets your attention. You know, the girl gets garroted and lots of blood from the neck wound and things. You know, so certainly gets your attention right away. And I gotta say, I also enjoyed the dog at the end, ripping the murderer's throat out.
Yes.
I'm sorry to laugh about it, but it was pretty funny. The dog rips the guy's throat out. And then as Diana and Chin are trying to get out of their ropes, you know, they kind of cut to the dog, and the dog's kind of like almost like casually, you know, chomping on this guy's throat, you know, and stuff. I mean, I thought it was kind of funny, a little bit of a scene there. I thought the actress who played Diana, did a good job being blind.
Mm-hmm.
You know, acting blind, you know, therefore great acting. I mean, sometimes, you know, I would think that thered be a natural inclination to, you know, kind of give it away like you can still see. And I thought she did a very good job with that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
I also liked the idea that, you know, Chin found a home, you know, at the end. So I really enjoyed that movie, man. Again, thank you guys for introducing me to that. Have a great show, and thanks, and we'll talk soon.
Yeah. Cool, man. Thank you, Luke, for calling in, man. And I 100% agree with you. I didn't mention that, and I should have probably, Ian, about the acting of her being blind. I never really picked up her acting that out. It felt real.
Yeah, I did.
You know, sometimes you'll see characters doing it. You see them kind of, you know, going like, you know, holding their hand out or doing the stick or whatever. And you know when somebody's coming up, they accidentally, they reveal they're not blind. I never saw that in this one. It totally looked.
No, it was
real.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, Luke, for sure, because that I did like hearing that. So that is our calls for tonight. That is our episode, Ian. And I want to mention over on Letterboxd, if you go to my Letterboxd, I mentioned this a few episodes ago, but if you go to my Letterboxd, Gregor Mortis, and look that up, and I think you can just look it up under Gregor Mortis, I'm pretty sure. But look me up. I'll have like a lightsaber, almost a Star Wars-esque generic type photo. of my face. So, anyways, I did put up the list of all of the Black Glove Mystery episodes or movies that have been reviewed. Okay, so we're up to 145 films that we have logged into the letterbox. So if you're looking and you're like, what have we reviewed or whatever, you can go to that list and it's over there and you can see all the movies that we reviewed. You can actually see my rating. Unfortunately, Ian's won't show up on there because of the way Letterboxd is, but you'll see my star ratings for whatever they are, so you can see that as well. But if you go over to Letterboxd, if you're on it, you can check that out. I'd love to have you over there. You can check it out and see what movies, quirky stuff I watched during the year. Ian, I've been going to the movies a lot again this year so far, watching older stuff. Pearl and I have already watched Labyrinth with David Bowie. We have watched Conan the Barbarian.
Nice.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, the original. We saw that on the big screen. We just saw last night The Wizard of Oz from 1934. And there was one other one, and I can't think of what it is. Anyways, we've watched like 4 of those. And then we seen Primate the other night. So we did check out the Crazed Chimp. So stay tuned for thoughts on that one. So with that said, Ian, what do you got in our final thoughts? Once again, the House of Clocks and the Sweet House of Horrors is our next episode on.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching these
78
again.
Superman. I'm sorry, 78 Superman was the movie that we watched too. So go ahead. I'm sorry, Ian.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching those again, and I'm looking forward to watching them in the commentaries too, because I think both of them have commentaries on there
Heck yeah.
with some familiar voices. So,
Woohoo! Mr. Troy. Is Mr. Troy on there? That's I'm looking.
yes, he is.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah. All right, cool. So we'll get into that and we'll talk some features and stuff. And once again, stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to this channel, right, Ian?
Yes.
Because not only you get Black Glove Mysteries, you get my quirky videos where I'll be opening stuff or we'll do whatever. And you'll be seeing the Vinegar Syndrome when I'm fixing to release as soon as that comes in unboxing. So you'll see what all goodies we got. So, Ian, what you got in your final thoughts, my friend?
So you can find me on Twitter, Blue Sky, and Instagram, or really I should be calling it X instead of Twitter by now. I think I saw it the other day that like the actual Twitter account on X got deleted or something like that.
Wow.
It could be wrong, but so yeah, you can find me on there at Ursanomics, Instagram at Ursanomics, Facebook and Letterboxd. You can just type in my name and find me there. Letterboxd, I have been doing a little bit more reviews lately, so
Nice.
yeah.
Heck yeah. Do that, please. Go to landofthecreeps.blogspot.com will be the easiest thing to do. And you click on the link for the show notes, the show itself. And down below, we have all the links down there you can click and bookmark them so you'll have them and check all those out. For us, for me, Facebook, Instagram, X, you can follow me, of course, right here and all these other spots. You can email me anytime, gregmortis666@gmail.com. If you got any questions, if you want any show notes or, any kind of show ideas, shoot them over, email us, or right here on this YouTube channel down below, leave a comment, some movie reviews that you'd like for us maybe to look at, some future movies, and we'll try to squeeze them in. We did that with Dude McMahon. So there you go. So check that out. So with that said, stay tuned, not right here on YouTube, but over on the audio podcast platform, as we'll have Mortis Vision with the Mortises coming up, and myself, my wife Pearl, and the Twisted Temptress, and Tammy McGuire. We all three covered in the most spoilery fashion ever. So you have been forewarned, but we looked at the entirety of Season 5 of Stranger Things, as well as the finale episode, The Right Side Up. So all of those in full spoiler fashion will be over on the podcast platform. So whether you're on Spotify or wherever you're listening to all those podcasts or your podcasts, you can check that out. That's on the end of this episode right after this Black Glove Mystery. So with that said, we're going to get out here in, as we've already heard from Kyle, what do we like to say?
Get your jolly on.
Get your jolly on. And we're going to do that. Help keep horror alive one movie at a time, one review at a time. Peace.